Hello everybody, welcome back to another exciting toy adventure here at the Geek Collector's Toy Mine with your host Anthony O'Brien. As you can see, my first stop for today is Gamestop, and right away I was able to locate the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Not a bad start, I might say. It's a little pricey compared to Ross prices, but since I am a GameStop Pro member, I will use some of my points and my $5 monthly reward to purchase this awesome figure. Let's see what the rest of the day has in store for us.
Alright, now we're going to go check out this Ross Dress for Less. Let's see what they have in store for us. I am still searching for the Yu-Gi-Oh figures like the Egyptian God monsters. Luckily I was able to find the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon at my last stop, GameStop. But let's see what they got. Ross Dress for Less.
Here we go. Let's speed up over to the toy aisle and see if we can find something of value here. This is actually pretty cool. I found a Therizinosaurus from the Jurassic Park John Hammond collection for $15.99. I remember seeing these last year in 2024 during the holiday season. So if you haven't gotten a Therizinosaurus yet, this is your best chance to get one now. And what do you know? They have another Therizinosaurus down here. Try saying that 5 times in a row. I've been noticing a lot of these John Hammond collections appearing at Ross. And right here behind me they have more Jurassic Park figures. It's not a John Hammond collection, but it's still pretty cool for $12.99. And another one over here in the same shelf with Therizinosaurus. Not only does Ross have John Hammond collections appearing in their stores, but I was super lucky to find these Pokemon figures here as well. I couldn't believe I found this Rayquaza for $12.99. He is definitely coming home with me. This is a really rare find, especially this legendary Articuno. This was the last place I would have expected to find an Articuno and a Greninja, all for $12.99. Yeah, there's no way I'm leaving these behind, and they are definitely coming home with me. Alright, I see more Jurassic Park toys, or should I say Jurassic World. Ross has really stepped up their game when it comes to toys. I've also started to notice a lot of these Dragon Stars action figures, a little more than usual, especially Goku. But it's my first time seeing Jiren out here, along with Gohan and Super Saiyan Blue Goku. There was really not much left at this Ross, so we're going to move on.
Not bad, Ross, not bad. Not a bad start to a good toy hunt. Who would have ever thought that I was gonna run into these Pokemon figures? Articuno, Rayquaza, and Greninja. Alright, next up, I believe there's a Target around here somewhere. So let's go check that place out, and hopefully my luck streak will continue. Alrighty, we finally made it here to Target. It's super windy today. It's another gloomy day, but it doesn't matter. We're out here toy hunting. Can't ask for a better day. Here we go.
Our first stop will be here in this little anime section where they carry a lot of these anime heroes from Naruto and My Hero Academia, along with these other awesome anime figures like Gundam and Dragon Ball Super. I believe we just saw that same Goku at Ross. And I see some One Piece figures also by anime heroes. Down here we see Demon Slayer and Dragon Ball Z SH figures by Bandai. This is a great selection for a lot of anime fans, although I think the price on that Son Goku is a bit too high in my opinion. Over to the Star Wars section, we see Jedi Master Kelmaka, 2 of them to be exact, along with some more Acolyte figures and a single Skeleton Crew figure. Honestly, not a big fan of the Acolyte, so I'm going to pass on these. Next up, the Pokemon section. Not much of a selection here, but I do like the starter Pokemon set. If you grew up in the 90s like I did, this was the biggest moment in your life when you had to choose from the original Game Boy Pokemon games. And then up here you see an Alakazam and a Pokemon I do not recognize, I'm sorry people. Heading over to the Sonic section, I see they still have the Crabamech and the 4-pack light-up Sonic set. Up here they don't really have much, they only have 1 Chow mascot tails and a couple classic Sonic figures. Right around the corner, over to the Marvel section. They finally restocked on a lot of Marvel Legends, especially with the new Electro played by Jamie Foxx from Spider-Man No Way Home. I might hold off on these for now, until I could get one for sale, maybe, hopefully, sometime in the future. They also have this Spider-Boy still hanging around, and then over to my left they stocked up on a lot of these new Spider-Man Far From Home figures, along with the new Captain America. Nothing has changed in the DC department. Target still have these Batman Forever retro collection on the shelves, and it's mostly all Riddlers. I see a couple of Batmans here too. R.I.P. Val Kilmer. Lastly, if we look down here, this Target stocked up on a lot of Killer Crocs. I predict these are going to be here for a while until they go on sale. Same goes for these Page Punchers McFarlane toys. In the Funko Pop shelves, they have the display Death Star and the display Bat Signal on sale for $20.99. These are for the mini Funko Pop collectors out there. I also found this cool Target Con 2025 Funko Pop shipper display. They had a lot of neat stuff such as Deadpool and Wolverine, He-Man, Jurassic World, Star Wars, and Superman. To end this Target trip, we can't leave unless we check in the back of the video game section. This is where you'll find more Pokemon merchandise, and it's a place where you can maybe find this really cool Gengar plush doll. Unfortunately, I had to skip on it even if it was on sale for $34.99. I'll leave it for the next big Pokemon fan who walks in that will appreciate it more than I do. FYI, Gengar is my favorite Pokemon. Last but not least, the NECA section can also be found back here where we can get action figures based off our favorite movies. We can also find McFarlane toys here as well, like this Sergeant Rock, this Gremlins 2 the new badge from NECA, and this Captain Boomerang also by McFarlane Toys. They also had this awesome Saw Ultimate Jigsaw action figure of John Kramer where he has the device of the reverse bear trap, his mask, and the doll with the tricycle. And if you're a big fan of the Batman animated series, you can go to your local Target, and if you're lucky enough, you can get your hands on this Joker by McFarlane Toys where he's wearing his hat and trench coat, and he also comes with a lot of interchangeable hands along with his own trading card. I love his menacing smile. Not only did they have the Joker, but they also had James Gordon, the Commissioner from the Batman animated series. He also has many interchangeable hands along with his megaphone. He also belongs to the same wave as the Joker, where if you collect all four, you are able to build a lockup.
Well, that was a very disappointing Target run. They just had a big sale, so all the shelves are empty right now, so they could be stocking up pretty soon. Sorry, but my hair is pretty messy. It's so windy outside and a little bit nippy. But let's see, first we went to Ross, we went to Target. Our next and last stop will be Walmart, so hopefully it'll be an interesting run. Hopefully I'll have the same luck I did at Ross, so let's go.
Heading over to the electronics section first, I see a lot of DBZ fans had already come through here. These shelves are almost empty, which is nice to see, but if you still want that Goku for a cheaper price, I'd say go to Ross. And if we make our way over here, I see that Walmart finally placed some cool McFarlane toys. They had two Platinum Edition Red Hoods as well as this Superman Page Puncher figure. I would have been more excited to find these, but unfortunately I already have both. So I'll just leave these here for the next McFarlane Toys collector who are hunting these down. Next up is the Bloody Disgusting aisle where we will find a lot of horror merchandise like this Michael Myers from the Halloween movies, as well as this Predator figure by NECA from the movie Prey. The blood art on the cover is a nice touch. We finally arrived at the toy section where we will find Marvel Legends, Star Wars, and Sonic figures. Walmart pretty much has the same selection as the Target I was at earlier, which is a bummer. We have some misplaced Dragon Stars figures and plenty of Captain Americas to go around. Then up here we see some Star Wars Black Series peg warmers from the Acolyte. Not really my cup of tea, but to each their own. Then down here I see some Micro Galaxy Squadron figures like this Luke Skywalker Snowspeeder. I have two of these already since I already did a video of the AT-AT Walker. If you haven't seen it yet, please go ahead and do so and click on the link on the top right corner. Lastly, we're gonna make our way over to the Sonic section, where they still have the Sonic Wave 2 figures from Sonic 3. They have a whole bunch of these Super Sonics, Knuckles, and then down here we see another Knuckle and a Chow mascot Tails. So if you're still looking for these Wave 2 figures, I suggest you go to your local Walmarts since they have restocked. For all you Transformers fans out there, head over to your clearance aisle at Walmart. They're starting to put out these Transformer 1 figures for half the price almost. These are actually pretty cool. They have this mask for $13. They have this battle pack for $9, which was originally priced $24. Not a bad deal if you ask me. And then a bunch of Barbies too going on sale for $9 with the original price tag for $24. This Bumblebee used to be $24.83, now at $15. Man, this is like a Transformers paradise. Another one over here. I have one that is $7 with the original price tag of $19.82. Oh man. Let's see what more Transformers toys we can find. We have these Earthspark toys going for $7 with the original price tag of $19.82. Then we have Moff Gideon and Bo-Katan, a double pack going for $7, originally $19.84. These are some pretty good deals, so it could just be here at my Walmart, but I would encourage you all to check your Walmarts right now. In the clearance aisle, if you're big Star Wars fans or big Transformers fans, they have all these toys on sale. So please, I encourage you all to go out for the month of April and see what else you can find. This is just a never-ending wall of Transformers 1s on clearance. But not only that, I was also able to find Ahsoka's Jedi Shuttle for $47.50 with the original price tag $79. That is insane for a Lego Star Wars piece. I will not be picking this one up today. I will leave it for the next Star Wars fan who might want this amazing Lego Star Wars piece. Alright, that wasn't a bad Walmart run. I may not have walked out with anything. They did have some pretty cool stuff, especially on clearance, and they did have those McFarlane Platinum Editions Red Hoods with that DC Direct comic book exclusive Superman. I would have been excited, but I already have those. So, yeah, it's a little bit disappointing. But at least it wasn't a bad Walmart run like I had in the past, where the shelves were absolutely empty. Oh well, at least I started off strong, and yeah, didn't really finish that way. But it's okay, at least I'm not going home empty-handed. I do have my Pokemon figures, and I do have that Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Alright, so let's go back home and showcase all my findings for today. Before we end this video, these next few clips are just a few honorable mentions that was recorded earlier this April apart from this toy hunt. In this first video, I was at my local Walmart when I came across this Christopher Reeve McFarlane toy, which is very hard to find, so I was very excited to find one here at a Walmart. Even though I have one already, it would have been nice to keep one in the box. But after further examination, I noticed that the box was badly damaged. That's when I realized this Christopher Reeve figure was returned. I would have still gotten it. I'm pretty sure one of my friends would have wanted it, but I examined it even further and the right side of the face was badly scratched. Please feel free to pause the video if you would like to take a closer look yourself. So at the end, to my disappointment, I had to leave this poor Superman behind. I'm pretty sure someone else might want it for customization purposes. In the next video, I was on one of my Target runs after getting off work. I was checking out the Sonic section, but it didn't seem like they had much here. It seemed like it was the same as usual. They had the Super Shadow, Sonic with the Green Emerald, and Knuckles with the Flames of Disaster. If you saw my last toy hunting video, you would have seen that I had already found these figures. Nothing out of the ordinary from my part until I went towards the end of the aisle and I saw that this Target had a whole bunch of these. I couldn't believe my eyes. I wish this had been my first time finding these figures. I would have gone nuts. They had a whole bunch of Super Shadows, Knuckles with the Flames of Disasters, and Sonic with the Green Emerald. Sadly, they didn't have a Gerald Robotnik, but at least I had found one already. So if you're looking for these figures, head over to your Targets because they're out here. In this last video, I came across this Target where they had this Lego Sonic set for $17.49 with the original price tag being $34.99. I consider myself really lucky that this was 50% off. I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw this, and I had to take this Lego set with me. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I had making it. I'm glad I'm able to share my toy hunting experience with you all, and I hope it inspires you to go out and hunt for that one specific toy you're looking for. If you like what you saw, please hit that like and subscribe button, and I will see you all again in the next episode of the Geek Collector's Toy Mine.